Chopsticks Dexterity Mega Challenge 3000. Chopsticks Dexterity Mega Challenge 3000. Chopsticks Dexterity Mega Challenge 3000. Hi, I'm Taylor with Meeple Madness Review, here to bring you Chopsticks Dexterity Mega Challenge 3000. Due to a good impression at a board game convention, I am here to bring this dexterity game onto you. Ages 8 and up, players 1 to 3, and takes about 15 minutes to play. So let's open up the box and see what's inside Chopsticks Dexterity Mega Challenge 3000. Alright, so here we have Chopsticks Dexterity Mega Challenge 3000. Let's open up the box. As far as artwork on the box goes, it has that anime theme. Okay, it's not bad. First off, we have a rule book. Okay, as rule books go, it's not horrible. It is all of one sheet of paper. Okay. It is mostly text. It has different ways that you can play the game. It has a component list, a couple of illustrations. So standard, cheap rulebook. Okay. Next you have a one-player board. This only comes into play if you're playing by yourself, which is a unique thing about this game, is that it can play 1 to 3 players. So let's set that aside, and we're going to get to that in a minute. The main thing is we have bowls. There's 4 different bowls that comes with the game. One is a big bowl. The next is 3 small individual bowls. Now, and you would need 1 bowl per person if you were going to play this with 2 or 3 people. We have tokens. Cardboard tokens. Next we have the wooden food. This is what you get out of the big bowl into your bowl in order to score points. Now, as far as components go, they're not bad. They are wood, so they are going to last a long time. They do have different colors and shapes, so you're supposed to have, like, shrimp right here. You're supposed to have, I don't know what this is supposed to be, sashimi, maybe? I don't know. I don't really do a lot of sushi. You have tentacles. And finally, you have chopsticks. 1 set of chopsticks per player. The object of the game is pretty simple. It's to win. And you win by getting these guys into your individual bowls. So what's going to happen is that at the beginning of each round, someone is going to flip over one of these tokens. And on these tokens is going to tell you what you need to get. So if you were to pull this guy that has a number, that is the number 6, and it's multicolored, then it is the first person to pull any 6 of these guys and put it into your bowl. If you were to flip over this guy, then you would need to get all of the tentacles and all of the blue ones. Okay? So all of the blue and all of the tentacles. Finally, if you were to flip over one of these guys with the question mark and the color, then it is just about that color. So in this case, you would pull out all of the purple ones. Okay? So it's a pretty basic game. There are recommended rules to play by. They put these on the back of the book, and they're things like you can't move the big bowl closer to your bowl, you can't stab anybody in the hand, face, or body with your chopsticks. But they don't actually have it listed in the how to play section. It's all additional stuff. So the difficulty of this game is the fact that you are not the only person trying to fish out that particular thing and put it into your bowl. You also have at least one other player trying to get the same pieces. So that's where the dexterity and the challenge portion comes into the game. Not only is it hard to pick up these pieces and put it in your bowl, but you also have other people trying to prevent you from doing that. And that is the basic premise of the 2 to 3 person game. Now let's take a look at what the game looks like with just 1 player. Alright, so this is what the game looks like when you're playing with just 1 player. You have all of the tokens with just the colors along the top row, and you have all of the tokens with colorless pieces, okay, so the gray in the middle, on the sides. Now, according to the rules, you flip over a sand timer, you grab your chopsticks, and you try to match up the piece with the color as quickly as you can. So blue shrimp would go in that square, yellow, whatever shape this is, would go there, and so on and so on. So you're supposed to time yourself. When the timer runs out, you count up how many it is, you throw them back in the bowl, you mix up the different designs, and you go again. So the idea is for this to improve your dexterity and your time, so that when you play against other players, then you will have an edge up. Alright, so what is good and what is bad about Chopsticks Dexterity Mega Challenge 3000. Bleh. First off, the name is really freaking long. Alright, but let's go down the meeples. First meeple, art. The artwork is not all that bad. Granted, it's limited, but overall, it's not bad. Most of it is on the box. It is to grab your attention, and it is supposed to be that anime genre, Japanese game show genre type of artwork, and it does that pretty well. Now, there is no real need for a lot of art in this game, so as far as artwork goes, I'm awarding Chopsticks Dexterity Mega Challenge 3000 the whole meeple. Next, it comes down to components. Are the components going to last you a long time? And are all of the components there? Now, usually I don't bring that up during these reviews, but in this game it is actually relevant. Now, the actual components themselves, the chopsticks, the bowls, the wooden pieces, the cardboard bits, they're all going to be in great shape. I have one major beef with this game, and that is found in the rulebook. Now, in the components list, in the rulebook, it clearly states that there's supposed to be a sand timer included. On the back of the rulebook, it even says right there that you can use the sand timer in order to improve your individual time and score when playing by yourself. In the box, however, there is no sand timer to be found. I thought that was just a fluke. So after I purchased the game and realized this, I contacted Mayday Games, who produced the game, and said, hey, my copy didn't have a sand timer. Do you have one that you can send me? They replied and said that their game did not include a sand timer, that there was not a sand timer included on the components list, and that I must be wrong. So, they said basically that I am a liar. When looking at their own rulebook, apparently they're liars too. It doesn't include a sand timer, and I can't use a sand timer to improve my playtime. So Mayday Games, even though the rest of your components are good quality and they are going to last me a long time, you left out a main component. Furthermore, when contacting you about this, you said that I was a liar. So Mayday Games, as far as component goes, I'm awarding you 1/2 of a meeple. Okay, so the big thing, let's talk about the actual play. Is playing the game going to be fun? Well, yes and no. The one-player version of the game, where you are timing yourself with a non-existent timer, and then putting the pieces onto the board, is really boring. It's tedious. If I'm going to be using chopsticks and moving around things out of a bowl, they're going out of a bowl and into my mouth because I'm hungry. So the one-player version is not even a good idea. I don't even know why they put one player on the box and in the rules. Now, for 2 to 3 players, is it fun? It depends on who you play with. If you're playing with people who like dexterity games, if you're playing with people who are really aggressive and really into whatever they're playing, then it's a blast. But if you're playing with people who just see it as a way to kill time, they don't really like dexterity games, then they're not going to enjoy it, and it's a waste of gameplay. Also, the fact that it plays 1 to 3 people, that's not good either. Not a lot of game groups have 2 or 3 people in it. Not a lot of families have 2 or 3 people in it. So this game is already limiting itself. It could have done a lot better by adding just 1 more bowl and 1 more set of chopsticks, but they chose not to do that. So this game is really finite on who you can play it with. So out of the 2 meeples that Chopsticks Dexterity Mega Challenge could earn with gameplay, I am awarding Chopsticks Dexterity Mega Challenge 1/2 meeple. Now let's go to the it factor, the pricing, the replayability, the factor. Okay, this is worth 1 meeple. Now let's talk about price. So online and in board game stores, you can find Chopsticks Dexterity Mega Challenge new for about $30. You can find a used copy on BoardGameGeek.com for about $15 or $20. Whether or not this is worth it is up to you. If you really like dexterity games, if you have that naturally aggressive, I'm in it to win it type of attitude when playing board games, then yes, it's totally worth the $30. If you're rather blasé, if you don't really like dexterity games, then this game is overpriced for you. Now let's talk about replayability. Can this game be as fun the second, third, fourth time around? If you're playing by yourself, the one-person version, no. If you're playing with other people, then sort of. It depends on who you're playing with, as I said before. but essentially it's the same thing. You're getting pieces out of the bowl, out of the big bowl into the little bowl, and that can be kind of boring. So I'm going to be a little generous with this meeple, and for the everything else meeple, I'm awarding the whole thing. Chopsticks Dexterity Mega Challenge 3000 can be good for you, and it also cannot be. It does have price on its side. It is a cheaper game. It does have dexterity on its side. A good dexterity game is great for kids, not all that much fun for adults, unless you're the type of person that likes dexterity games. So, overall, Chopsticks Dexterity Mega Challenge 3000 has earned 3 out of 5 meeples. So is Chopsticks Dexterity Mega Challenge 3000 right for you? Maybe, but it's not right for me. Until next time, I'll see you at the game table. Go ahead and subscribe. There's new game review videos coming out every week, and there will be something that might match it for you, your game group, and your family. In the meantime, thank you for watching Chopsticks Dexterity Mega Challenge 3000!